The 4 recap, who was voted out. The 4 is proving to be a fine blend of American Idol, The Voice, and The Hunger Games. Just when you breathe a sigh of relief that the person you're rooting for does not get chosen to battle, someone else appears and attempts to take their place. In essence, it creates a whole lot of tension, but it's difficult to really care about much of the competitors because we don't know much about them. That's one of the more significant flaws with this format, and it will likely prove difficult to keep the ratings steady. It's one of those shows you don't need to tune into every week because there's a good chance the 4 will be changing on an episodic basis. Week 2 found Minor, Alexis Lex Lou Boyd, Xavier and Saeed Reno continuing to defend their seats as new competitors emerged from the shadows intent on making their mark. The first competitor was a woman named Candace Boyd. She had an impressive resume that included working with the likes of Nicki Minaj and French Montana. But could she actually sing? This is a singing competition after all. She belted out "I'm Going Down" by Mary J. Blige, and it was a real masterpiece. "You did your thing with that rendition of that song," Sean Diddy Combs said. "And I would love to see you go toe-to-toe with one of the 4. The panel gave her the go-ahead to battle one of the 4, and she went with Minor. Minor went with "Adorn" by Miguel, and it was a solid performance, but there was something off-key. Candace went with "Dangerous Woman" by Ariana Grande, and it was yet another showcase of her voice. Candace won the vote with 55%, meaning Minor was sent home. Stevie Brock appeared on the scene and went with "Sugar" by Maroon 5. It was an okay performance, but it was not up there as one of the best. The judges seemed to agree, and he did not get the privilege of challenging any of the others. Cheyenne Elliott was up next, and she went with "Wings" by Little Mix. It was much better than Stevie's performance, but not really worthy of challenging the others. The panel, however, thought otherwise and she got to take on Lex Lou. Lou went with "Bad MJ," and it was a real delight. She knew what was expected of her and despite some hiccups, she pulled it back. Elliott sang her heart out to "Too Good at Goodbyes" by Sam Smith. It was much better than her rendition of "Wings," and the viewers seemed to think so, too. She replaced Lexi Lou. Kayla Amber went with "Bad at Love" by Halsey, and it was not all that. Thankfully, she was let go early. The final challenger of the night was Jason Warrior, and he went with "Love Me Now" by John Legend. He was the surprise hit of the night and got to challenge Reno. Reno went with "Superstition" by Stevie Wonder. It was great and proved he deserved to keep his place, but then Warrior belted out "Radioactive" by Imagine Dragons. The fans voted Warrior to take Renault out of the game. Yes, all 4 originals are now gone, and we did not know much about them. This show is like a procedural version of singing competitions. What do you think? The 4 continues Thursdays on Fox.